Thank you very much, Wayne. I appreciate the introduction and the introduction to the 411 plan. It is much appreciated. At its core, the strategic plan, goal 411, is about defining for this boy the fun he will have and the things he will do while with the Boy Scouts of America. It is meeting its mission and instilling in him the values of the oath and law. Currently, the 411 team consists of about 50 volunteers from across the country, 6 National Council staff. I'd like to give them a great big round of applause and thank them for the great work that they're doing so far with the project. So thank you very much. Without their effort, this project wouldn't be to where we're at this point in time. I'd also like to give a big applause to my family for the great work they do and the support they provide to me, and in particular my daughter, who is 18, graduated from high school last night, so a big applause to my daughter. But let's get back to the 411 project itself, and let's look at the number itself of 411.
4 represents the 4th pillar in the strategic plan, dynamic and relevant program. Scouting's programs are exciting, culturally relevant, and appealing to today's youth, attracting them at an extraordinary rate and retaining them longer. 1 represents the first objective of the pillar. The BSA's programs match what today's youth both want and need. The second 1 symbolizes the first goal of the objective. We have changed our programs to reflect the findings of a thorough program review and assessment that clearly identifies those elements that are appealing, exciting, and culturally relevant to today's youth and families.
A key focus of the team is to make sure that we're paying appropriate attention to both the needs and wants. For us, the work translates to delivering the mission of the Boy Scouts of America in such a way that it's exciting for the boys that they can't wait to get into scouting. Keeping it fun is paramount in achieving our mission. I'm sure we all acknowledge that this is a far-reaching goal that will have significant impact on the future of scouting. Before I get to the who, what, when, and how of 411, what will be the outcome of the team's work and what it will be like. The strategic outcome will be revised youth handbooks for both the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts. The exact nature of the change is a work in progress. Change in rate requirements is most likely. Some activities in the current handbooks will not change. Some will change. But overall, achieving the mission focus of being more fun and being more exciting is what the program is all about. When the handbooks change, we'll of course need to reflect the changes that are happening with the adult leadership training. As you can imagine, there's going to be hundreds of publications and dozens of trainings that will be affected. Keeping the magnitude of the change in mind that we're talking about with 411 team, we need to make it as simple as possible, because it will be a difficult goal for implementing and introducing all of these materials. All the materials, everything necessary for the youth, adult leaders, and professionals will be ready at launch. All language, all materials will be available in English and Spanish at the launch. Our time is everything on time. Everything will be available in the Scout Center, online or digital, whenever the launch date is. We will be ready to go at that point. And when is this all going to happen? 411 is a multiple-year, multiple-phase project with a launch date of May 2015. And it will be ready for the 2015-2016 program season. Now let's get into the timeline and help us understand what we're going to do and how we're going to be able to make this happen. The 411 team began its work in earnest back in 2011 with the assessment phase. During this phase, the focus was on evaluating the degree in which the rank advancement activities in the Boy Scout handbooks contributed to or did not contribute to the aims of Scouting. Remember, the aims of Scouting include character development, participatory citizenship, and physical fitness. The results of the assessment phase were presented to the Program Content Support Committee 1 year ago in San Diego. And last June, we reported to the Chief Scout Executive and his cabinet. In the third quarter of last year, the team entered into the program design phase. If there is a most important phase and part of the project, this is it. This is the time when we are going to ask ourselves, given this assessment of the current program, what do we want Scouting to be in the future? The phase was as deep an introspection about the core Scouting and what it means to each and every one of us. About a design of a multi-year, fun experience with positive effects to the boys that live in America. About defining who we are and what we will and should be doing to be able to impact the lives of American boys. The next phase will begin later this year, which will involve near simultaneous development and testing of the new requirements that we were discussing and talking about and the activities. Tentative rank requirements will be defined. Activities to support those requirements will be identified from current activities or developed afresh, and we will begin working with small groups of dens and troops to be able to make sure the work of the team holds together in the real world of Scouting. Development and testing will occur during the fourth quarter of 2014. During mid-2014, we will begin production of all necessary materials for both the youth, adult, physical, and digital material will become available at that point. All of this points to the launch date for the outcomes of this goal for the program year 2015. With all support materials, all languages available in the spring of 2015. While this may seem almost a jamboree away, Russell gives you additional time to be ready for it. I hope you can appreciate the scope of the effort and the dedication being exercised to make sure the outcome is rock solid for our boys and support our leaders in the way they deserve. Now let's get back to the program design phase. I'd like to share a preview of how the new Scouting program will be structured to achieve our mission of the 411. As we all know, each rank within Cub Scouting is structured differently, one from another. Similarly, Boy Scout ranks have certain commonalities of subject matter and certain emphasis by rank. In the design development by the 411 team, all ranks of Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts will be planned and developed around a common set of core content areas. These content areas will be appropriate to the adult leaders as the organizational principles of Scouting, but it will not necessarily be directly visible to the boys in the program. There are 5 core content areas around the program design, and it will be designed and built around those 5 content areas. Each has defined topics which will provide structure for the program. In each topic area, the team has developed age-appropriate desired outcomes to put in place a concept of a spiral or laddered learning. Let's look at the 5 core content areas.
Character development emerges as the first core content area for the 411 goal, with topic areas focused around building the moral values as expressed in the BSA's mission and the Scout Oath and Law. The second core content area is participatory citizenship. Building off our history and strength in civic awareness and patriotism, additional content in this area will embrace increased emphasis on service to others and stewardship in the home and the outdoors. The third core content area is personal fitness. We all recognize the increasing importance of providing our Scouts with an improved foundation from which to grow lifelong healthy lifestyles. This content area will focus on physical fitness, healthy eating, and wellness and healthy habits. Fourth is outdoor skills and awareness, an area that we would all agree is core to the Scouting experience. comfort, safety, and adventure in the outdoors, nature and outdoor ethics, and emergency skills, such as swimming and first aid, will be the areas of emphasis for this content area. And finally, leadership. The approach for this content area will be in building skills relative to supporting leaders, leadership thinking, and leading others.
All right, I know my time's up, but I appreciate your attention concerning the 411 project, and I appreciate your willingness to support and help us as we move forward with this work. We recognize that the 411 project is part of the National Strategic Council Plan, and it will have an impact on the main thing, and hopefully you've enjoyed a glimpse of the future of scouting. We know that we're extremely blessed as a 411 team to be involved with this opportunity, and we're thankful for the chance we have to be able to help build the program for the future. Thank you very much.